Hi, good evening, everyone. You are coming to the YouTube You're Going Out Together community. Last week we talked about finding someone to grow together with. Today we're gonna talk about a lot of online dating profile and app you use. Somehow that is very similar to the AWC application form. So I'm gonna using Facebook as example. There's an email function here. Okay, we mentioned about this the app we're gonna share is from the Facebook. So I'm gonna open as you know, all the app from the Facebook you cannot use on the you cannot use on the computer. You have to use on your phone. So let's see what the information on the Facebook app. Facebook mentioned about they pull from information from your actual Facebook, but it's not a link to your Facebook. So first thing you will see on the app, you will see is age. You will see how old the person is on the profile, and then they will have a paragraph you can write about the comment and summarize your life history or your work history, anything you're interesting to share that paragraph. It's more like a free essay. So somehow if you have some curse word or any other language you probably use, that somehow will draw back to the people who view your profile. So you want to make sure it's not least you had to really show off your perfect grammar or somehow that relate to everything you learn from your entire life, but just something attract people to look into it. In marketing, we like say less is more. So you don't need to say it so much. You can use the 10 words to describe all about you, use 10 words. You don't want it, or you can use one word to describe you, you can just use one word. But less is more, you don't want to, because when people juggle down to reach all your profile, it may not be even interesting to look into it. So, so after you mention about the essay or paragraph you put in, then they were asking where you're located. Location, because right now some people prefer the short distance. It seems like LDR no longer working. Somehow you want to travel around the world or to travel long distance to see someone. It seems not practical to them. So location where you are is very important. Your city you stay will be shown on the app. And then of course, on this app, you're able to show what are you looking for? Something like looking for long distance, looking for friendship, looking for chatting. It's simple just to say what in your mind, what you're looking for in this app. And then of course your height. In this height, they do not have a weight option here. They just have a height option. So in our app, we have in our application form, we have a BMI. So as you know, body mass is between calculation from your height and weight. So our will be more detailed than the app itself here. Sorry. Okay. So after the your height, it's gonna ask you where you are right now. Most of the app, if you don't put your work location, I normally don't look into app further because this app is for me to get to know you. So unless you're a Secret Service, you don't want to put your information out there for people to look at. Oh, you were Secret Service. Then, of course, I understand that you don't want to put your information there. But if you are legitimate work, like I do, or like most of the people do, put your put your workplace. You don't have to be definitely to know exactly indicated, but just make sure you share the word information. That's very important. Of course, your education. I think education is more like a randomly because some people, some of my bachelorette, they prefer education up to college. Some may say it's not limited for GED or education is just not important to them. But somehow your education is very important to put there. And make sure you put truthfully because whatever you say on your profile should be truthful. You not necessarily have to work on your trustworthy as parent, but whatever you say on your profile, say about you. So if you lie on your profile, most likely you'll be able to lie everything else. And then of course, this is another question would be your hometown, where you originated coming from. Either you from overseas or you from another state or you just found the same location, the state where you come from. So people look at the city and state, maybe relate to you, they'll be interesting to check you out. So somehow kind of give other people the choice to get to know you. And then another one is, do you have a children? I think do you have a children kind of give the bachelorette's idea because some of the bachelorette we have right now, they prefer you have a less children. So you have multiple children like 2, 3, 4 or 5, you know. So somehow it's depending on the, but of course you do want to answer truthfully. If you do have a children, to answer them, you do have a children. And of course, they asking about the smoking, drinking habit, and to ask you to indicate it. And of course, the religions, you know, we have freedom speech for the 10th Amendment, but somehow the indication for what you believe in, somehow that give people to want to relate to you or close to you. Of course, the photo. I really want to talk about the photo is, I understand people like to use a sci-fi, just use the camera and look at yourself and take picture and, you know, whatever you feel you like it. And some people even just take picture in front of the mirror. I really think within that 3 seconds, I look at your app, your picture is really indication if I want to go, I like you or I don't like you. It's just like 3 seconds, let me decide. So your photos say everything about you. You do not need to spend a lot of money to go to the Photoshop to get the best picture, but somehow you also want to be able to have a picture was very clear about yourself. You want to take off your hat, you want to take off your any hairwear because we want to see you. We want to see you without the hat. So and you also want to have a very clear pictures. And of course, you can have some active photo in your profile, but you also want to have a one picture is without sunglasses. If using the sunglasses cover your eyes, I don't know what you look like exactly. So take off your sunglasses, take off your hairwears when you do your first portfolio. And definitely, it's very important you had to have, including one your photo is a full length because even though you indicate your how much your height, but when you look at your full length portfolio, it's kind of indicate to know who you are. And I just give you a headshot. In modeling, we talk about headshot and full length as a full body. So we talk about our 3 different numbers put there, but this is not modeling full headshot, but it still had to want to carry on the same idea. You want people to look at you and like you. So make sure you have your headshot very clear and you have your full length photo because within that 3 seconds, I'm gonna decide who I like you or not. So it's very simple. Of course, when I do this app screening, I look into is what's my bachelorette preference. Okay. Yesterday I finally talked to 2 of my bachelorette, both in Asia, one's in China, one is from Taiwan. They both different ages. One is about 30 something, the other's about little younger than me. But somehow they all have a little bit similarity in the facial recognition is they do not like guys has a lot of beard. So if you have a lot of beards, you want to consider to get your attraction is it's not necessary you had to really take it off for your interest, but I really thinking is even though it's like hair is a preference, but when you go in the beard for the man, it is also your responsibility. You want to look presentable. So somehow that kind of, I don't know, is it because Asia culture or what? Most of our parents don't really, most of our Asian father don't really have a beard, growing beard in, maybe because our Asian culture don't have a lot of hair as well, but somehow that indication is it's just not a really attraction for Asian female. So if you are interested in the Asian market, you want to get your beard shot off first because you know, if you just go following with the market trend, you want to follow where they are. So if the two say no, and then you know the choice if you want to into the Asian market because it's not necessary most of the Asian women are or most not. For example, like my husband, he didn't grow beard till he's like roughly um roughly close to his 58 50s late 50 years because he feel like growing beard made me thinking about more um experience and older, and then somehow in the man's career, how your appearance can be affecting how people notice about you. So maybe for him, he just want to try something new, or I think everybody have their preference to understand how they interesting to getting that or not. But I know it's your choice, but usually you want to consider that as option. So like I mentioned, the beard normally is a turn off, and if you surely want to consider in the future for the high selection for the communication for people to pick you, you may want to consider that as option. And then I understand as the WHO, as a WHO mentioned about, we have almost 30 triple of the obesity population right now. So if you have overweight issue, normally your profile will indicate it because on your photo they can kind of indicate how your weight on your BMI gonna be like. But somehow that is something you also want to consider is you want to start working on the diet exercise, and I mentioned about the other maybe we can talk about that in other time for about the how we can control your weight loss and other health issue pile up as well. So going all together, we hope this week is about the profile sharing to looking for the single population. And if that's something you interesting to explore, you can come to our website. And this is our petrol site, petrol.com and /OBOE Galaxy. You can go to become a petrol to get the join our singles club. And right now, because I have my Chinese class student is looking for math tutor, so I'm waiving your membership to the math volunteer to helping her passing the military exam. So if that's something you are good at math, and this is the opportunity to jumpstart. And this morning I was prepared to meeting this pen pal. It's been a long time from next door, and somehow Sally she kind of unable to attend it today because she was fell, and then hopefully she'll be speed recovery, and we'll be seeing her pretty soon. If interesting to join our singles club, you can come to our Patreon site to sign up for become our Patreon first. And then we are waiving for the mathematics. If you're good at math, you would like to teach our Chinese class student to passing the military math exam, I will waive you a membership for this. So you look at this going all together community, you receive this information, please reach out, and then you will be able to communicate with me through our YouTube channel, going all together community. And then once you sign up, we can schedule to go through that. And I do have one, I don't think I have sent it out here yet. Like this is the future poem we gonna have our Chinese class. It's called 灯关雀楼. This is Wang Zhihuan. This is a very old poem for all the little kid, for Chinese little kid, they should be able to know this poem. It's not as like Xu Zimo's poem, but it's more very interesting poem. And I'm trying to teach my student coming weeks to hopefully they will be able to master by this 20 word poem. And then we're gonna share that to our YouTube channel later. So this is our coming up poem. I can preview it to read it, so maybe you can learn from it. 白日依山尽，黄河入海流。欲穷千里目，更上一层楼。This is our future poem. Gonna read it. And we mentioned about our growing out together community. One focusing on is finding someone to grow together. So I'm gonna start to interview the bachelorette, and then this is our coming this weekend recording. We will bring our first American couple I'm matching last year to share their story, and we're looking forward to talk with them. And here is couple poem in Chinese. Somehow that a lot of people really like this poet in China, from China. This is really this poem also as a song. I would like to read it. It's called 偶然 by 徐志摩。我是天空里的一片云，偶尔投影在你的波心，你不必讶异，更无需欢喜，在转瞬间消灭了踪影。你我相逢在黑夜的海上，你有你的，我有我的方向。你记得也好，最好你忘掉，在这交汇时互放的光亮。I think this very famous poet, he was get the plane crash, passed away, died that when he was very young. And here is another poem. I will try to see if I can read it. This is the most famous poem from this poet. I'm gonna finish this one, then I will be conclude with our today's going out together section. 徐志摩再别康桥，轻轻的我走了，正如我轻轻的来，我轻轻的招手，作别西天的云彩。那河畔的金柳是夕阳中的新娘，波光里的艳影在我的心头荡漾，暖泥上的情悠悠在水里招摇。 在康河的山坡里，我甘心做一条水草。那雨荫下的一潭不是清泉，是天上的虹。流水在浮藻间，沉淀着彩虹似的梦。寻梦成一只长狗，向青草更青处慢说。慢在一船星辉，在星辉斑斓里放歌。但我不能放歌，悄悄是别离的笙箫。小虫也为我沉默，沉默是今晚的康桥。悄悄的我走了，正如我悄悄的来。我挥挥衣袖，不带走一片云彩。All right, everyone. We ended for our today's going out together community session, and you want to subscribe our channel and learn from the Chinese. You can sign up and to learn the Chinese. The reason why you teaching Chinese for the elderly is because we want you to learn a different language to train your brain, so that could hopefully will prevent the dementia or any other disease that could be aging for the related to the brain. So that is some of one of our medical research. We still looking for interesting participant to us, and looking forward to seeing you for our next video section. Good evening, everyone. By the way, next week gonna be our Chinese New Year, so happy Chinese New Year. 新年快乐. For during this gonna be coming with the rabbit year, it's gonna be 2. Our lesson 3 for our Chinese class, we learn about the 12 animal, and this year for the 2023 gonna be rabbit. So it's gonna be 兔年. In Chinese, we say greeting when we see each other during the new year. We say 恭喜发财, like congratulations, I wish you rich this year somehow in a way. So if you like to learn about how to make it rich, you can say 恭喜发财. And then I think a lot of kids would say 红包拿来, give me the money, give me the money. So when you during the new year, especially for the Chinese New Year Eve, when we gathered eating the dinner together, the older people will give the younger children like a red envelope and put the money in there. That is, we did that when my husband and I do that for my son every Chinese New Year Eve. So this year I was fortunate to get little funding so I can keep a tradition going to give my son the red envelope this year. All right, everyone, we'll see you next time.